Good morning. I'm still in Washington and I'm driving along a lake here to go do a hike. And I had to stop because the view of this lake and the clouds and the sun is just gorgeous right now. It's like something out of a painting. It's just unbelievable. This is Lake Crescent. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm at a national forest. I think this is a ranger station and also a trailhead. I'm gonna be hiking up this mountain here. It's called Mount Storm King. So I am once again in Olympic National Park here on the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State. I was here yesterday on the west side of the park. Now I'm kind of on the northern side of the park. And the trail starts right on the lake here, and as you can expect from this area, it's beautiful moss-covered trees. Okay, I've reached the trail forking. I believe this goes to a waterfall, which I would like to visit later in the day once I'm done hiking up the mountain. Then here to the left, the Storm King Trail branches off. It's supposed to be a steep, pretty brutal hike. I'm looking forward to it. So the trail is continuing to climb up this ridge here, and I'm getting up into the clouds now, into some fog here, which looks cool, but it kind of obscures the view a little bit. You can see the outline of the lake here. This is all the lake down here. I'm hoping that it'll be a little bit clearer when we get to the top, but I'm not holding out too much hope for that. Well, when that sign said end of maintained trail, they weren't kidding. From here, you need to use a rope to pull yourself hand over hand up some sections. That's fun. I'm not entirely sure the rope is necessary here. The rock here looks pretty solid as it is, but as long as it's here, I might as well use it. We have another length of rope going on after this one. Yeah, it's nice to have the rope here. This is very kind of slippery dirt. That was fun. Awesome views up here. Wow. And this is a long stretch of rope. So I think this is the top here. I think it's just a final scramble up the rocks here, and we're there. Whoa. Oh my gosh. So here is the view from the top. Just incredible. I love being above clouds like this. So the lake is supposed to be visible right here. That's the typical shot you see from the summit here. But I mean, this is just as cool, if not better. Being above the clouds like this. Got more clouds in the back of this valley here. There are clouds just right in front of me here swirling around. I've heard of people referring to this kind of weather as undercast, when you're like above the overcast layer. I'm not sure if that's a real meteorological term, or not, but I like it. I think that makes sense. It's a beautiful undercast day today. Well, in the 5 minutes that I've been up here, the top has become just completely socked in. No views, just white. It's kind of a foggy whiteout here. You can see a little bit of the mountains here, but the lake and the valley that the lake was in is just entirely obscured now. Looking at my stats on the phone here on my GPS, it took me 1 hour and 19 minutes. Distance was 2.11 miles, and it was 1,946 feet of elevation gain, so about 2 miles and about 2,000 feet of elevation gain. This is great. But I've got other things I want to see and do today. Gotta go see that waterfall down there that we passed near the start. So I'm gonna enjoy a little bit more time up here and then pack up and then go see that waterfall. Well, I'm off the mountain. I'm going to the waterfall now, Marymere Falls. I think it's just another 5 minutes or so up the trail. It is so beautiful here. I can't get over it. Just absolutely gorgeous area. Unreal. I was gonna say unbelievable. I was gonna say unreal. Came out kind of a mix between the two, but it is both unbelievable and unreal. This feels like something out of Lord of the Rings. This feels like a magical realm. Feels otherworldly. That little waterfall detour, that waterfall hike, surprised me with how beautiful it was. That was absolutely worth doing. So I've got some time to kill today. I'm waiting for the tide to go down to give you a sneak preview, an idea of what I'm going to be doing later in the day. But I have a few hours to kill, so I'm going to go into the town of Port Angeles. I don't remember ever being there before, so I want to go there just to see what it's like. Also probably get some lunch, maybe walk around a little bit, and then we'll head back to the west side of the peninsula after that. All right, this is downtown Port Angeles. This is the main street area. I'm here for pizza. There's a pizza place a block or so down. That's where I'm headed. Beauty.
Oh yeah, fine swine. Pepperoni bacon.
Here's what I ended up with. Pepperoni and bacon. I think this is salami with feta, onions, and sausage of some kind. Delicious looking pizza. The owner was super nice. I talked with him for a little bit. This looks delicious. I'm gonna eat this, and then I have about a 2-hour drive back the way I came to get back to the coast over that way. So enough talking, it's time to eat and then drive. Well, 2 hours after finishing that pizza, I'm back in Olympic National Park. This is a trailhead for the coastal trail. This area is called Ozette. There's a big lake called Ozette Lake, which is just over here, and Ozette Ranger Station is just over that way too. Here's a look at the lake at Lake Ozette, or Ozette Lake, from this little bridge here. This moss-covered bridge. So this is a popular trail with backpackers. It's kind of a triangle, so from the starting point here, this is like the top of a pyramid, and from here one trail branch goes off this way, one trail branch goes off this way, and at the ends of those two branches is the coast. And so you can follow the coast as you walk between the two trail branches. I think that whole thing is about 9 miles, so not that far, really. But I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to go backpacking. I don't think I'm even going to do that whole 9-mile trail. I think I'm going to do, I don't know, a handful of miles. I don't know exactly how many of it, but there's one thing in particular that I've come here to see. Hopefully I can find it, and hopefully I can show it to you guys. Ideally, I would have liked to come here earlier in the day to give me more time to find a campsite later in the day. It's 2:15 now, and I need to do this hike, which will be several miles, and then I need to go find a campsite, and I would like to find a campsite as close to Seattle as possible. Hopefully something on the east side of the Olympic Peninsula, because I'm going to be meeting up with my brother tomorrow in the Cascades closer to Seattle, and so I'm going to have to wake up at about 5 a.m. to drive over there and meet him, which is fine. I'm fine waking up at 5, but I don't want to have to wake up earlier than that to drive like 4 or 5 hours, which is what it would be if I were driving from around here. So once I finish up this hike, I do need to get back in the car and drive and possibly find a campsite in the dark, which I don't love to do, but you gotta do it from time to time. Made it to the coast. Took an hour and 5 minutes, 3.23 miles. Beautiful coastline. The tide is mostly out. I don't think it's quite low tide yet, but we're a good part of the way there. Once I hit the beach down over here, I'll head south, head to the left, and in another couple miles come to what I'm looking for. Smells like the sea. I know that's a stupidly obvious thing to say, but not in a good way. It's not a good, like, fresh sea smell. It's like the rotting tide pool debris smell. Okay, it's been an hour and a half now. I've found the area, the general area that I wanted to poke around in a little bit more. Let me show you a couple of the things that I've found so far. So this area is called Wedding Rocks. And check out these Native American petroglyphs. Pretty cool, huh? Completely different style from the kind that I'm used to seeing in Utah and Idaho. Here's my hand for a sense of scale. Isn't that amazing? I think I read that these are around a few hundred years old, not super ancient. There's some other ones on this rock behind me here. They're fainter, a little bit more faint. I saw pictures of those faces online, so I'm really happy I was able to find those. But there's one glyph in particular that is very unique. I've never seen anything like it before, and it'll become clear why. So that's the one I'm really trying to find here. And in the meantime, while I'm looking for that one, I'll show you any other ones that I come across. Alright guys, I found it. On the back side of this boulder here are several figures, including some killer whales. How awesome is that? Wow. There's that one, and then this one lower down. 2 orcas, then it looks like 2 more faces over here. That is just incredible. I've never seen anything like that. But of course, obviously there are not killer whales in Utah and Idaho. And it's surprisingly large. I'll go stand next to it here. I love it. I'm so happy I was able to find it. I was getting worried there. This is basically the last cluster of boulders that I thought they would be on. Well, I can die a happy man now. Or at least I can go find a campsite a happy man, and that's what I'm going to do now. I have, you know, an hour and a half of walking at least back to the car, and then, you know, I'll go find a campsite wherever I can, depending on how much daylight I have left. But again, I'm going to try to go toward Seattle, get myself within striking distance of the Cascades for tomorrow's adventures with my brother. Overall though, this was fantastic. If I had more time, it'd be nice to continue farther down the beach that way, but I'm happy with just retracing my steps and going back to the car the way I came. I think this actually might be the last video from this trip. But yeah, I'm gonna put the camera away here, hike back to the car, drive a couple hours, find a campsite, and I'll meet back up with you then. Well guys, it's 10 o'clock, it's long after dark. I found a campsite up some canyon in the national forest. It's a really, actually pretty bad campsite. It's just a very small, basically a parking area on the side of the main road. But I'm just going to be here until about 5 a.m. I'm going to wake up at 5 and hit the road again to meet my brother in the morning. So as just a place to spend the night tonight, it'll do the job. And I think that brings to an end this, I guess, 3-video series from Oregon and Washington. It was supposed to be a 5-video series, but then I went and deleted 2 days worth of footage, so I apologize for that. Again, it's a beautiful part of the country, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing it as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what your favorite part was. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, there will be plenty more adventures ahead, so stay tuned. Be sure to check out Adventure Know-How, my new site, where you can gain access to a map of all of my free campsites, plus monthly bonus videos that you won't find anywhere else. Learn more at adventureknowhow.com. And for links to everything else SUV RVing related, visit suvrving.com. Links to these sites and more will be in the video description.